So, we have an interesting VOD review today. If you guys don't know, I do some Mercy VOD reviews on my Twitch channel on twitch.tv/Buddha. So this one is an interesting one I got from one of my friends. This Mercy player is deaf. What I got from her DM is she can hear from the right ear, but she can't hear from the left ear. I think this VOD is interesting one. I think is very inspirational because it inspires other players that like you can still do good in the game, you know. Hold on, before the video starts, I'm gonna try to make this. I'm gonna make this video more more deaf friendly, so that it's a lot more easier to understand. I know most of my videos I'm just randomly jumbling words and not really thinking about what I'm saying and just making a mess. So this time it's gonna be a lot more slower, a lot more thinking before I'm saying, and a lot more friendly. There will be subtitles on this video too, because I think that'll be more helpful. And yeah. So at the beginning of the match, I like to look at my composition. So Kaya's composition is Ashe, Roadhog, Doomfist, Ana, and Zarya with the Mercy. So my go-to target is the Ashe because the one-shot potential with her. When the Zarya has medium to high charge, you want a damage booster because she does a lot of damage with that. And damage boosting Zarya is just good to help her build her ult charge too, even if she's not that high charge. And whenever the Roadhog needs to shoot at a barrier or gets a hook, you want to damage boost him to finish the kill. Like if you see Doomfist about to punch in, you can damage boost him to get that extra damage to kill someone. Or you could once the Doomfist like seismic slams his way in, you can damage boost him to finish off the target.
You need attackers incoming. Correct. Escort support has arrived. You should be at peak performance.
So immediately our Mercy goes towards the Ashe, which is really good. And then this part right here would have been a great example of the Hog, of a good time to damage boost the Hog. So the damage boost the Ashe is good, right? But when the Hog gets a hook right here, you want to damage boost him, cause the Hog is unable to move, and with an extra damage boost, it could have chunked his health down from where it's at right here to like at least right here, and then damage boosting the Hog, not only would like do more damage to the Hog, of course, the enemy one, but it'll give him more ult charge in a way. Because with you damage boosting him, it'll give him more ult charge and give you more ult charge. And also the Hog wasn't in so much danger for heals, so that's why damage boost is better in that situation. And I would have kept the damage boosting him, and then that might have got the Hog killed. Like the enemy Hog killed, which is good. So this part, I'm not gonna get like too beaten down upon because again she can't hear out of the left ear. One thing I like to do on Mercy though, one tip I'll give is once you're like pocketing someone, just kind of like look around on your environment. So when Mercy crosses over here, right, I'll play. Once I cross here, right, I would look around right here, like to the left, to see if somebody's flanking me, because I know this is a very popular spot for flankers to come and shoot at. So I would look left and see if anybody's there. If somebody is there, I would avoid to get out, you know. And then if you keep on playing, our Mercy gets flash banged, and she gets out with not that much HP. At this point, it's if you get caught in that situation, the flight path I would take is somebody shooting at me. It depends on where you're shooting. So like I could only see from, if I'm right here, I can see from right here, you know. If I go behind this wall, they can't really shoot at me. So if somebody shoots at me from right here, I would definitely hide around here. I like this Zarya picking up the Mercy. So this part is interesting, really. Our Mercy got lucked out because she was gonna go for the Doomfist res, so that was not a good call, and she got lucky with the Doomfist res not being there available to her. So one reason is that she's in front of a Sigma, but then if you look out, the Tracer starts targeting the Mercy, right? So if you play, she tried pulse bombing the Mercy. So if the Mercy went for the res, she probably wouldn't even get it out and just get herself getting killed. And also, it's okay to not res a Doomfist, because a Doomfist, I know the Doomfist swapped to the Tracer, which is also good. So with those kind of characters, they have high mobility, so you get back to the fight really fast. And they didn't really have anything like win conditionable, so it's just fine just to leave them dead. And also it's just only a Sigma and Tracer, so they won't bring out too much of a threat.
Right beside you. Let me get you patched up.
I like the use of super jump. Using super jump in certain situations is really good. Okay, now it's boost. Okay.
Onwards to victory.
So for this part, our Mercy could definitely gotten out of this situation. Well, like if you want to get a little bit more technical, more I think about it. Okay, so we're gonna play this back a little bit more slower. Stick with the Ashe is good. Pocketing the Hog is good right here. But since once I noticed he's healing and sustaining himself, I would have gone for the damage reduce on the Zarya. But again, this is fast reaction time, so the Hog gets hooked. So this accidental healing is perfectly a-okay. But at the hook right here, I would have damage boost. Even if he was nanoed, I think the Hog, I would say the Hog would die. Never mind. I'm very confident he would have died. For the escape right here, you could have definitely gotten out alive. For this part, all you need to do is just go up, and the Hog couldn't hit you, and then you would have been fine since your Valkyrie could fly up.
Greetings.
Hi. Oh, that part was just unlucky. Nice use of super jump. Nice awareness on the Tracer. Wanted too much.
I could use some assistance. You should be at peak performance levels.
Alright, that was a decent way to get out. I won't be too harsh on it since it did work, you know.
Let me get you patched up.
Oh, that's unlucky. Oh, you're fine. Oh, that's good. See how I do for this. Okay, you're. Alright, for this part, when the Sigma ults, this part, you got lucky. You gotta think about where is the Sigma gonna ult. You gotta think to yourself that. Cause Sigmas, they like to go for whoever has the most mass amount of like meat, like as many targets you can. So it's okay to like wait it out and then look at the Sigma and see what he's trying to do. So if it depends on, you can tell where he's trying to focus by just looking at him. And by you looking at him, you can see who's he focusing. If he's focusing on the right side or on the left side. And then within that decision making, you could actually fly out and just wait it out, you know? And then you can fly back in and help everybody else out. This part you got really lucky because the Tracer could have killed you and the Sigma could have killed you easily. Nice job healing the Ashe right here. Again, it was a... unfortunate death. Nice tries on the Zarya. Alright, one tip for Mercy. If there's like nothing going on and you notice somebody is not alive, like if the best way to do that is you hold tab and check the kill feed. Like the enemy team's composition. And you can see who's still alive and like see who died within that fight. If you don't see them like that died in the fight, like the Tracer, then you want to be aware of your surroundings. You don't want to like act as if everything's okay. Like the Tracer can still like one clip you, which is not good. And also pay good attention to the kill feed. It helps out in the fight too, so you know when to like pop your ult and when to not to pop your ult.
You needed a goddess?
So this fight was interesting, not gonna lie. So there's a Tracer in the back line which the Mercy needs to be aware about. She did respond to that correctly, which is super jump and stay on the high ground, which away from the team, which is good. And then the McCree gets a pick on her Ashe, and then so the McCree she sees the McCree and the Tracer in the back line. So she hides on the right. She super jumps, and wait for this a McCree. Okay, the McCree went inside, so she responded good. My only concern is that she didn't really look where like the McCree's at. Since my concern is her this is her bad ear side, so I'm not gonna talk down on her too much, since it's a lot more hard to hear from your left. Since I saw them at the left, I would look in their general direction every now and then, so I'll heal, look, see, turn around, and see if anybody's behind me, then I would respond accordingly. Because the McCree could easily still be right here, and then I could just shoot at the Mercy, you know? And then she could die. But the way she responded to this situation is good. My only concern is that she didn't look around. I would say Ashe getting picked. I would say Valk, and to get that extra momentum to win. But they need to like discuss like what kind of ults are going to be used, because for this fight they won without it. So her using her ult was could have been wasted if everybody else just clicked Q, you know. Because if she clicked Q, her ult would have been gone, the Ana's ult would be gone, and the Hog's ult would have been gone. You know? So I gotta be kind of aware of that stuff. That's why it's interesting. The Tracer and the McCree didn't really shoot at the Mercy, which is quite interesting. So whenever I see like a Tracer or McCree like at least around me, I would play at least around the like cover, like in the this box right here. I'm at the box, the payload, and don't be too afraid to pull out your pistol, because don't be afraid to use that for your own self-defense. But whenever like somebody else is like full HP and there's threat right nearby, especially with the Hog, it's okay to like leave him damage boost until he's under like half HP. Well, once he's around half HP, then you want to heal him.
Your support has arrived.
Nice super jump.
My ultimate is charged. You should be at peak performance level.
Watch out for High Noon. Damage reduced Ashe is good, but damage reducing Bob is really good. My only concern is you don't really want to heal Bob. The reason behind that is because Bob gets melted really fast, and it's better off to damage boost him because he's just gonna die either way, and he only is out for a limited amount of time. It's better off to just damage boost, get as much damage output as you can from that, and hopefully get like a pick before people hide behind cover. Then healing over time, because he's just gonna get melted immediately, or really fast. But again, there's those rare occasions. Damage boosting Ashe is. Alright, let me go back into this situation. Damage boosting Ashe in this situation was decent, but with how close encounter the Hog is, it's better to damage boost him more than the Ashe. Well, then again, the Tracer just got a freaking 2K, and then just that fight was over. Damage Ashe here is good. Ooh, no. So during long range parts, you want to damage boost Ashe, but then once it becomes like closer range, you want to start damage boosting the Hog. What the Mercy did right here was really good. As soon as the enemy starts touching the payload, she valks just to get that extra momentum to let her team to win, which is really, really, really good. So she tried to res the Ana, but then didn't notice her cooldown. So during Valk, it's very key. During Valk, you want to prioritize damage boost more than heals. In certain situations, it's okay to heal more than damage boosting. In this situation, the Ana dies, so the healing the healing would take over the damage boosting priority, you know, because your main healer is dead. You don't have as much heals as it used to, so healing normally is fine. So for this part, the Hog's there's not that much danger as of right now, because the Ana's dead, the Sigma's dead, and then the Hog is at pretty decent HP. I would damage boost, because I am very confident that Brig won't kill the Hog. And also the Bob's right there too, as an immediate threat. So I would keep the damage boosting. Be careful when you pistol, because if you pistol for too long, you can accidentally get your teammates killed without realizing it.
I could use some assistance.
This part's healing good. Damage boost here. Healing Ashe is fine. Damage boost. Melee Hog. Damage boost. Nice.
I'm taking care of you.
Damage boost Hog. Damage boost. Yeah, I know these kind of fights are scary, but don't be too afraid to like experiment with damage boosting. I know I know it's scary to at first to like see somebody at least taking some damage. Right, damage boost will kill them. But if it's not like a squishy, if it's like a Hog, for example, it's very hard for him to get killed, like to get melted, at a fast rate. So damage boost the Hog until he's like half HP, then you could heal him up, which it'll be fine. Just an estimate. It depends on the scenario. You learn from experience. 5 seconds. I start hiding by the barrier. Nice res. Damage Rosaria. Nice. Nice. Damage Bob. Yes. I love the damage Bob. It's so broken. It's so good with the damage Bob. Like right there. A damage Bob is a great example of like what's like to damage more than healing kind of a thing. It could do a lot of damage. I'll just say that.
Attackers incoming.
Mercy in the high chest. Be careful out there.
So the Ana's dead. Now this part is I like this example. This is a good mistake to make, cause I see this happen quite a few times. So she noticed that the Ana's is dead, which is good. The downside is that she rezzed out in the open, where the Hog could easily kill her. So if I was gonna go for the res, I would have res behind this wall, res behind cover, and then the Hog is gonna try to focus me. But with the Tracer, right here, the Tracer would go and harass the Hog to like to annoy him, and then to help you get away with the res. I like this res. If there is no Tracer, don't go for it, because the Hog could kill you and there's no heals. But with like a support, like a Tracer to help you to harass the Hog to get the res out, then it would work. Now, this is a good example, because going for risky reses like this out in the open and going wrong, it hurts than actually being helpful than instead of you being alive. So what you see right now is the team is going to start going down slowly, and then it would become a lost fight. Yeah. So the dangerous thing Ashe right here is good. The heals part was just unlucky. It was like nice idea. The res right here is really good. You want to damage boost the Hog when he's close. This part actually surprised me. The Mercy recognized that nobody's gonna touch, because you do want to recontest for this. The Mercy goes for the res, right? And then she actually flings herself towards the cart to get that touch. But it just happened to be too late, which is super risky, but if you'd done it a little bit sooner, it would have worked and it would have been amazing. And it would enable her team to push in, but it didn't work, so that's awkward. But it was a good play nonetheless. It just happened to be unfortunate with the timing.
Damage increase. Let's get you back out there.
So for this part, it's a good example of what super jumping could do, and being out of position is like, how do I say it? Like the danger of super jumping on the open and being out of position out in the open. So so you see the McCree, he's missing some shots, but then later on in this clip, you see him actually get the kill on the Mercy, which is not good. And this death is 100% preventable. And I'll show you what she could have done differently. So I like to position myself around here, but the problem is that there was a Reaper right there. So the best option would be right behind where the Ashe is at, so she could focus the McCree, and you have cover on towards like the right staircase area, and you can tell your team to group up with their mic, or just say group up in the voice wheel thing if you don't feel like talking. So with the Reaper being in the left room, I would stick with the Ashe, but if the Reaper wasn't there, I would definitely stick around here.
Damage boost obeyed. Ich bin da. Move up here.
Oh, the interesting Bob here was good, but it's unlucky. Unlucky pin.
Onwards.
Nice Valk here. That was a very risky res, but I like it. My only, oh my god, you're just fragging out.
I've got you.
So our Mercy, oh, I'm running. So our Mercy played this fight really well. There's just only some concerns, which I would like to point out. First things first. Sometimes the Reaper likes to teleport up here and just jump down and try to harass the Ana. So or try to harass you. So I would be situational of the composition again. So like if I see the Reaper, I'm gonna be like looking up here every now and then, looking behind, because it's very possible that he could do that, but it's just a possibility. The Bob goes in. And she damages the Ashe. Try to damage with the Bob. I like the idea. It's just unlucky that the Bob got pinned. Damage the Ashe is good here. The super to try to save the Hog and the Valk is good. I like it because with this kind of like, with this Valk, it gives the team the extra momentum to actually do something. This part was incredibly risky, but these kind of like, these are the kind of reses that gives that high risk, high reward, which is I like. My only concern was that you could have easily died here, but otherwise I do these kind of reses too, and it sometimes works out, sometimes doesn't. Again, it's like gamble. It really depends how you're feeling. Like but it worked out. Like if it works, it works. But just keep in mind for future references. And the Mercy finishing off a low HP character is really good. I noticed a lot of players don't do that around this elo. And then for this part right here, you kind of tunnel vision on the Tracer for a while. For that part, I would have damage boosted the Zarya to kill the whoever was in front of her. I don't remember the Reaper. Yeah, overall it was a pretty good round. Pretty good gameplay. So this part, it's quite interesting. For the shield break, you want to damage boost the Hog since he could give out more shield break than the Zarya does. With the shield broken, the sooner, the better the situation is. You never want to be too much in the front line. You want to be like mid distance. Like you want to be as like far as your staff could go. So like it'll be like right here. That's where you want to be at. Notice the Hog dies. I noticed you wanted to go for the res, but the Reaper was harassing you. You went towards the Zarya, which wasn't good. And then there was a better route to get out of this. So you could have like turned around and checked your surroundings to see who's behind you. for me, I know that an Ana would like to play farther back, so I would turn around and see if the Ana's there. If I see the Ana's there, I'll fly out, and then if I didn't see the Ana, then I would have done an alternative route, which is the path that you would have took, or I would have done some crazy Mercy move and stuff. Like I would have super jumped, and just kind of like glide back and hopefully get out of the way, you know.
Oh,
My ultimate is charging.
you needed a bonus? I'm here. Damage boost engaged. Give me him. Damage amplified.
Come up with me.
Let's stick with the Ashe is good right here.
Where does it hurt?
Whenever somebody's purple, you want to damage boost them more than
Your support has arrived.
Whenever somebody's purpled, you want to damage boost them. Then once you recognize they're almost done with their purple, you want to heal them afterwards. Because healing them during purple is pointless. And it's roughly provide them more damage before they die than just healing them when they can't be healed.
High Shral activated.
So this part was really risky. So this part is a very interesting situation. So the Ryan goes down and our Zarya and Hog goes down. And then the Reaper is on our Ana right now. And we have the amplification field open. So this fight is very situational, but it really depends on the situation. So the Bob is up. He's probably gonna get melted with and just push back from the Hoggle and from the amplification field. And going for the res on the Hog is pretty good, because the Hog has a lot of healing up to him. And then with you guys just hiding in the cubby right here until the very last second could actually delay the push, and it could actually win the fight potentially, because the Tracer could go in the back line and harass the back line, and the Ashe could get the high ground, shoot at the high ground. So I would res the Hog and tell him to group up with me and towards the back. But it turns out you just got hit with the unlockers. Right here. Or you could have pocketed the Ana, and then the Ana and the Reaper has to either still commit to the Ana or commit to you. And then you could go from right here and then just res the Hog right here, which is a safer bet and more guaranteed. And then since you'll be alive, and hopefully the Ana could still be alive, the Hog will still be alive too. And with the Ryan down, it'll be an even fight with their ults down. And then with the Ana alive, with you pocketing her, she could build up Nano one time, potentially, and then Nano the Hog, and then you guys could take back the fight and win. Because as of right here, the Tracer gets a pick, which is huge. Which if the Hog was alive and you're alive and the Ana is alive, Tracer and Ashe was alive, they would have got a pick on the McCree. And then it'll become from a 5v5 to a 4v5 instead of you losing the fight.
Yes.
Again, that just comes down to situational, where you just gotta be aware of the surroundings. That's just unlucky that the Reaper you flew into the Reaper ult. You saw it, but you just happened to click it. Unlucky. I do that sometimes too.
Let me get you patched up.
My ultimate is charging. Greetings. I make quick
You
work.
should be at peak performance level.
So this part's actually interesting. So this part's actually really interesting to look at, because if you take a look at right here, the Reaper kills the Roadhog, and then Mercy could see the Roadhog that's dead, and the Reaper is gonna fade away. And so if you go for rare, yeah, you see it fade away, and then she res behind cover, but they didn't notice the McCree. So I think this is just a very unlucky situation that she was in. But I feel like there's an alternative. So this comes down to awareness and just being aware of your surroundings. So for this part, I would have gone back and res out around this pillar and just before I even res, I will look at and see look at the payload. See if there's any hit scans looking at me, any dangers looking at me, and what's there. If I don't see anything there, I would res right there on the spot. But her spot is not that bad. But again, the McCree just came out of nowhere. That was very unlucky. But the spot I'm at, and see if there's nothing that could look at me and kill me, I would have res right there. And if she could have gotten off and helped the stall and potentially would have won the game. Or won this fight. And also while resing right here, I would do some like move it mercy stuff where I would look all down the ground, look all around to make the McCree's aim harder to hit me. And then I could get the res out. And then also the Ana pug me from behind and Zarya on the left could bubble me. And instead of getting flashbang like right here. If you don't feel comfortable using your mic, you can just say I need healing like X to the Zarya, like, or whatever your I need healing bind is to the Zarya. It says I need a barrier, and hopefully that'll work out.
Round 2 complete. So
you'll never really want to use Morris Fade unless you want to get out of a situation or go back into a situation really fast. For this, there was no point in that. For those ones you want to get back into a new situation is when you die and then you're in spawn and you want to fade out, you know, that's the only time you want to do that. But you never want to fade into a team in the middle of a fight, because if you fade into a team in the middle of a fight, you don't have that fade ability to get out of it, which could leave you to get killed.
When faced with a setback, we must
Alright,
challenge.
this example right here is a good way to use fade. Just right out of spawn. Nice use of ball.
Injuries are fascinating. This will heal you.
60 seconds remaining.
Not ready.
That's pretty good.
Much success.
Whenever you're low on healing juice, I love what you did right here. I love what you did right here. So when you're healing juice, you threw a healing ball, and then with that healing ball, you did some damage to get your healing juice back, and then you're gonna heal again, which is really good. Oh, you coalescence. Ooh, okay. Spicy. You don't want to fade in situations like this. This is also a good example of why you don't want to fade into like in the middle of a team fight. Let me go back. So you fade into the middle of a team with a lot of angles looking at you. The Reaper could look at you and kill you. The Hog, the Sig, the Ana, the Zenyatta could look at you and kill you. And then with the Sigma ults, you don't have your fade. You could have fade out and then just back out of the fight and then just waited to regroup. And then that can get killed.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Power. Stop the payload.
Needed a goddess.
So, my only concern for that one part was going right here. This part is very risky, because the enemy has more control of this region on the ground than your team does. It's better off just to be off right here, or sticking with the Ashe or Widow on top right here, just damage boost, and you'll be fine. You'll never really want to be right here.
Nap time.
So this part is awkward, I'd say. I'll go back and try to help you out. The damage thing. Let me go back a little bit more. Carrying the Ashe is good, but while you look at the Ashe, you kind of looked at it for too long, and you didn't really look at your situation you're in. Maybe you could have like kept the Ashe at like 75 and then carried your tanks. And then this part gets interesting. So the Roadhog dies, and then the Sig's left alone while you get out. At this point, there's not that much you could do, like, honestly, because if you could have gone for the res on a hog, you would have probably gotten killed either way. There's some moments where you just gotta risk it and just go for the res, because for these kind of points, it's kind of like either I lose or I go for the res and there's a slight chance of winning. I like to go for those chances because I know there won't be a recontest without the tanks as of right now. It's better off to res the hog and have the Sigma die, and then have the hog have a higher chance of winning than just having no chance at all. And that's it, really. Overall, it was pretty decent, not too shabby. Just some things to work on. Sorry if this might be a little bit scuffed. I'm tired as the time of recording this. I might add some tips during post-production, like vocal recordings, because I might miss some things here and there. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want to see more, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want to see more, drop a like, subscribe, and follow down my Twitch to see more stuff like this. And I'll see you guys later.